Imagine being able to converse fluently with native speakers, understanding jokes, idioms, and cultural references effortlessly. Sounds incredible, doesn't it? By the end of these 50 days, you'll be amazed at how much you've improved. So, let's get started and make this journey enjoyable and effective. Day 1 to 10, Building the Foundation. Alright, let's start with the basics. The first 10 days are all about laying a strong foundation. This means focusing on grammar and essential vocabulary. It might sound boring, but trust me, it's crucial. Let's break it down. Grammar basics. Make sure you have a solid understanding of basic grammar rules. Things like tenses, subject-verb agreement, and sentence structure. Use online resources, grammar books, or apps like Grammarly to practice. Essential vocabulary. Aim to learn at least 10 new words each day. Use flashcards or apps like Anki to help you remember them. Focus on everyday words and phrases you're likely to use in conversations. Here's a fun fact to keep you motivated. Did you know that learning just 1,000 words covers 85% of spoken English? That's right. So, let's get those words under our belts. Day 11 to 20, Listening and Mimicking. Now that we have our foundation, it's time to move on to something more exciting, listening and mimicking. For the next 10 days, immerse yourself in English as much as possible. Watch movies and TV shows. Pick shows with native speakers and try to mimic their pronunciation and intonation. Netflix, YouTube, and other streaming services are great for this. Listen to podcasts and audiobooks. Choose topics you're interested in and listen actively. Pay attention to how words are pronounced and the natural rhythm of the language. Shadowing technique. This is a fantastic method where you listen to a short audio clip and then try to repeat it exactly as you hear it. It's like being a parrot, but with a purpose. This will help you pick up the natural flow and pronunciation of native speakers. One of my students used to listen to a podcast while commuting and repeat sentences under his breath. In just a couple of weeks, his pronunciation improved dramatically. Give it a try, it works wonders. Day 21 to 30, Speaking Practice. By now, you should be feeling more comfortable with English. The next 10 days are all about speaking practice. Don't worry about making mistakes, just focus on getting your words out there. Language exchange partners. Find a language exchange partner online. Platforms like Tandem or HelloTalk are perfect for this. It's a great way to practice speaking with real people. Record yourself. Use your phone to record yourself speaking about different topics. Listen to the recordings and note areas where you can improve. Join English speaking clubs. Look for local or online English speaking clubs. This is a fantastic way to practice speaking in a supportive environment. Here's a little story to keep you motivated. One of my students, Lisa, was super shy about speaking English. She started recording herself every day and gradually noticed improvements. By the end of this phase, she was confidently speaking in her English club. If Lisa can do it, so can you. Day 31 to 40, Advanced Listening and Speaking. We're in the home stretch now. For the next 10 days, we're going to kick things up a notch with more advanced listening and speaking exercises. Watch TED Talks. These are great for picking up advanced vocabulary and listening to various accents. Choose topics that interest you and take notes on new words and phrases. Practice debating. Pick a topic and argue both sides of the debate. This will help you think on your feet and practice using English in more complex sentences. Use tongue twisters. These are fun and challenging. They help with pronunciation and clarity. Try saying, "She sells seashells by the seashore" 5 times fast. Remember, the goal here is to challenge yourself. The more you push your boundaries, the faster you'll improve. Day 41 to 50, polishing and perfecting. We're almost at the finish line. The last 10 days are all about polishing your skills and perfecting your pronunciation and fluency. Get feedback. If possible, ask a native speaker or a tutor to give you feedback on your speaking. Constructive criticism is invaluable. Imitate native speakers, find clips of native speakers, and try to imitate them as closely as possible. Focus on their accent, intonation, and pace. Stay consistent, keep practicing every day. The key to fluency is consistent, deliberate practice. Don't skip a day, and keep pushing yourself. Here's a fun activity: try performing a monologue or a scene from a movie. It's a great way to practice speaking and get into character. One of my students performed a scene from Friends and had a blast doing it. It's a fun way to end this journey on a high note. On the first day of my journey, I realized the importance of immersing myself in English as much as possible. I changed the settings on my phone and social media to English. I started listening to English podcasts and watching movies without subtitles. It was overwhelming at first, but it set the tone for the days to come. One of the key strategies I used was mimicking native speakers. I found clips of my favorite actors and practiced speaking like them. I repeated their lines, focusing on their intonation and pronunciation. It felt strange at first, but I soon noticed my speech becoming more fluent and natural. To push myself further, I joined language exchange apps and started conversing with native speakers. The first few conversations were nerve-wracking, but the natives were encouraging and corrected my mistakes gently. These interactions were invaluable and boosted my confidence immensely. Recording myself speaking was a game-changer. I started with short monologues about my day and gradually moved to more complex topics. Listening to these recordings helped me identify areas of improvement and track my progress over time. Around the halfway mark, I focused on expanding my vocabulary. I learned new words daily and tried to use them in my conversations. I also paid attention to colloquial expressions and slang, which made my speech sound more native-like. I downloaded scripts of popular TV shows and practiced dialogues with a friend. This exercise helped me improve my conversational skills and get used to different speaking styles and accents. It was both fun and educational. In the final stretch, I intensified my listening and speaking practice. I listened to news broadcasts, TED Talks, and interviews, trying to understand different accents and speaking speeds. I also started speaking for longer periods without preparation, simulating real-life conversations. On the last day, I reflected on my journey. I listened to my initial recordings and compared them with my current speech. The improvement was remarkable. I felt proud and accomplished. Speaking like a native was no longer a distant goal, but a reality I had worked hard to achieve. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Remember, the key to speaking like a native is consistency, practice, and the willingness to step out of your comfort zone. I hope my experiences inspire you to embark on your own journey to fluency. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and you'll get there.